I mean വീണ പോലെ ആക്കണ്ടേ മോനെ. വാഷിങ്ടൺ അവന്യൂ ഉള്ളത് അതേപോലെ തന്നെ വാഷിങ്ടൺ പോലെ തന്നെ ആക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. Lots of fountains, lots of flags. വാഷിങ്ടൺ അവന്യൂ എന്നാ അതിൻ്റെ പേര്. I mean വാ this way. Okay.
I'll pick it up for you. I'll cross the street for you and then you can ride on Saturdays. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Kaka.
Are you going that way?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, this is where I should ride it.
No, now while crossing the road.
അങ്ങോട്ടേക്ക് ആ ബിൽഡിംഗ് ഈ ബിൽഡിംഗിലേക്ക് കയറിക്കോട്ടെ. No, I mean.
You said ready, said go, right?
ബാ മതി അത്ര റോഡിന്റെ അടുത്തുനിന്ന് പോണ്ട. We can go here, right? Shanka? I saw people going in there. Huh? Oh yeah. Do we have to go in there? We can't go in any of the buildings? So then what? Yeah. Bah. Rain. Road. Stop. Cross.
No.
Let's go.
I'm on right. I'm on right.
Okay. You don't have to hear that.
Cold ആണ്. You have a cap? അപ്പൊ ഇതെന്താ സ്ഥലം? What is this place again? First Whitehouse. Confideracy.
Let's take bites.
I'm not there to take bites.
Can I take a bite, Kupa?
Oh.
There's a bike.
It is not a great day for biking. ഭയങ്കര cold ആണ്. It's
Bah.
not going to be useful.
ഇതെന്താന്നറിയാ ഇത്?
നിങ്ങൾ മൂന്നാളും അവിടെ നിൽക്കുമോ? I can take a photo.
Yeah. So can we take a selfie? Yeah.
പക്ഷേ ഇത് കിട്ടണ്ടേ? എനിക്ക് ബോർഡ് കിട്ടണം. One picture with the board properly.
Oh. Yeah. That's it.
Come stand next to Kaka.
That's okay, leave it there. Posing. മുഖം നല്ല നോക്കണം.
We need the flag. Oh, I missed the flag.
ഫ്ലാഗ് മുഖം നോക്കണം.
1, 2, and 3.
You know this fence? This iron fence?
Designated executive residence by the Provisional Confederate. Built by William Serra, 1832 to 1835 at Bibb and Lee Streets. Moved to present location by the first Whitehouse Association and dedicated June 3, 1921. Watch your step, guys.
Was this the White House?
West Whitehouse. It's the place where the ex-president stays.
Ooh.
Good afternoon.
Hey.
So, how are you doing?
Good.
afternoon.
Hi, how are you today?
Good.
I like that green helmet.
Oh,
you.
actually, it's turquoise.
Oh, turquoise. You're right, turquoise.
Can we come in?
Right.
the same thing.
Yeah, and your shoes are turquoise, no?
You got it right.
Maybe I'm a little colorblind.
You're right.
Come in.
Yeah, you want to come in?
Yeah, you don't want to keep the doors open too.
Yeah. Hey, well, guys, welcome to the first of three Confederate executive mansions. There's 7 states that in 1861 try to break away from the United States, and they create what's called the Confederacy, or Confederate States of America, the CSA.
Okay.
And they even come up with a seal with George Washington in the middle, and then that leads to the American Civil War. So you've got this North-South war with the North, attempting to bring back states like Alabama, Texas, Louisiana, South Carolina, Florida. Yeah.
You know that soon we're going to go to Texas?
Oh, it's. I find Texas to be big and shiny. I was up around Texas A&M, College Station, and big and shiny.
Oh, wow.
We go check that out.
Austin, the capital, big and shiny. You could take our capital and fit it. It'd be like a little shed down inside of the big Texas state capital. So everything, at least everything to me, seemed to be big and shiny. Now, I wasn't in Houston or El Paso or this. I was kind of in the middle of the state, but it looked very wealthy to me. That was
Oh,
the
really?
other thing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
but you're gonna go there, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's a state of many songs, as you know.
Mini socks?
The eyes of Texas are upon you. You cannot get away, or something. The eyes of Texas are upon you, and then all this.
Remember that?
Anyway,
Alright.
the eyes of Texas are upon you till Gabriel blows his horn. Yeah. Anyway, it's a land of many songs, But Texas was one of the states that joined Alabama and had left the United States. They were part of that Confederacy.
What about North Carolina?
Well, you're right. They'll come out a little bit later. When all this was happening in this house and over at that Capitol, Texas was here, South Carolina was here. North Carolina thought this idea of leaving to be extreme. But eventually, when the war starts on April 12th, North Carolina joins too. So North Carolina, Virginia, Arkansas goes out, so it ends up being 11 states. The capital at that time will leave here and move to Richmond, Virginia. Yeah, but I think you'll enjoy going through the house.
Yeah.
But where are you from? Where do you live?
In North America?
Oh, North
Carolina.
Oh, North Carolina, the Tar Heels state.
Yes.
Yeah.
Duke and UNC,
Yes.
NC State, and all.
Yeah,
of that.
yeah. We are from there.
Well, that's great. I understand it's a state that's prospering. You've got Charlotte and Raleigh, Durham, and yeah.
One of my classmates are named Charlotte as well.
Oh, Charlotte, yeah.
There's a lot of Charlottes in the room.
Oh, yeah. What is your name?
Irene.
Irene? Oh, yeah. You are delightful.
What do you say?
But
Thank you.
oh, you're welcome. But I think you'll enjoy it. Sort of self-guided. Big Brother has the idea. You just kind of walk through, look around. Everything is 180 years old in the house.
Wow.
And we even have a couch that's made out of a horse's tail.
Really?
This upholstery, and you can touch it. It's not in very good shape, but that's the tail of a horse.
Oh, wow.
It kind of feels like a seat belt to me.
Yeah, yeah.
But this was a very common form of upholstery, back in the old days. Yeah, this is probably around 140 years old. Now, it's not in very good shape. You can see it starting to crack and split. So velvet, probably this velvet was put on about 1920. They used velvet a lot. And let's see some other furniture that's made out of the horse's tail. But, yeah. But guys, you enjoy there are self-guides here. There's a little gift shop in the back, but it's been very quiet today. So the house is yours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
What's
you.
the name? It's
Oh yes, Bob Whelan.
Bob
It's an
Whelan.
honor. What a lovely family you have. Yeah.
We were passing through, like she said, on the way to Texas.
Oh, on the way to Texas.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel another Texas song coming on.
Let's go ahead.
This one's about you.
Okay.
Oh, the yellow rose of Texas that I am gonna see. No other soldier knows her, no soldier, only me. She cried so when I left her, it nearly broke my heart. And if I ever find her, we never more will part. Oh, the Rio Grande is flowing in the starry, starry sky. Her eyes are bright as diamonds, they sparkle like the dew. You can speak about your dearest May, sing of Rosalie, but the yellow rose of Texas is the only girl for me.
Oh, that's a really good one.
That's a nice song.
Yeah, you sing pretty well.
Thank you. I don't know what it is about Texas, but there are many. Oh, I'm just hardly touching. I think people are very proud of the state of Texas.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think you're going to have a good time. Will you be there for the holidays? Are you traveling that way?
Yeah, we're going to be there with
For
my
the-
cousin who lives in Austin.
Oh, Austin. Oh, is a great city. Boy, wait till you see their capital. Like I say, it's about. Makes this one look about that.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Everybody.
It's an amazing state. It's very seems to be a state that's really prospering. You know, Alabama probably somewhere in between. Of course, North Carolina's prospering. I come from a place called upstate New York. I'm from Albany, and it's parts of the state are doing well, but others are others
yeah,
not
that's
so
good.
well. But
Yeah.
Texas, lots of that.
But have you been in Alabama for a while?
Been here for probably about 4 years, and I enjoy it. It seems a very relaxed, fun place. Where I, quite frankly, where I come from, the city I'm from, Albany, the capital of New York, it's very grouchy.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
That's right. Okay.
Have you been to Texas?
3 times, and every time, of course, it's such a massive state. I've been way to the north up in Lubbock. That was not very pretty, but Texas Tech University was gorgeous. But it was like the trees were all very stubby. They were all about that tall. Nothing like this where it just boom. But yeah, the couple of times I've been there, I've been very impressed with it. I think your cousin who's in Austin, I think they probably love it.
Yeah, they really like the place.
Yeah, I think it'd be and very prospering for whatever. They seem to be doing everything right. Yeah. Like North Carolina, though, I believe that's a state that's prospering, right? Doing very well.
I've heard a lot of people from New York and California have migrated.
Yeah, they're big. Yeah, New York and to be honest, between you and me, I think the New York and California dream is kind of over. I think lots of mismanagement, lots of bad use of funding and this, and I just don't think they're.
ഇങ്ങനത്തെ അൽമാരയിലെ number
I need to be careful.
when I was little, there were almaras
Every
like
state
this.
has
Like
to
that?
compete, but
There were mirrors and daras like that.
But did you have a chance to go to university in North Carolina?
Yeah.
I did not get a chance to study.
And our place had tall ceilings like this.
Very good. Very good. Yeah.
Canopy bed. That's usually
Canopy
for
bed,
the,
yeah, for the
Giggle.
yeah.
Say giggle.
Canopy bed
lady
is
or for the
It's
Yeah.
I don't know if you'll have time.
But
It's
what's
about
that
an
suit?
hour north of Austin, but I never saw a university quite like it. Just so large, and the students were very polite, which was I was impressed.
Okay. If we get time, we'll show you.
Oh yeah, maybe you'll have time to. But we're glad to have you here today.
yeah.
Thanks for taking the time to explain everything.
Yes, yeah. I'll try to think. One more song.
Yeah?
Another Texas song, or you tired? You're tired of Texas music. This was a Dean Martin song written in the 1950s. Okay, I'll try. Everybody's been a putting me down. I'm headed back to Houston. Houston. You know, I don't know the rest of that one.
We're going to Houston.
Huh? Oh, are you going to be? Yeah, you'll be going through Houston. Yeah. That'll be on your way to Austin.
Yeah, that's right.
Ooh, this is quite a road trip.
Yes, it is kind of road trip.
Oh, don't worry about that, young man. I can hook that. Yeah, that doesn't clip very well, does it? It doesn't stay on well. I gotta work on that. Yeah.
And this style of furniture is 1800s?
Yes, 1840s. I think the more British term for the period is Victorian. Americans call it antebellum. Ante before bellum, the war, before the war, before the Civil War.
Okay, got it.
Oh, look at the gown.
Thank you.
Oh yes,
It's
you
from
enjoyed
these
it,
the
sir.
ladies.
Yeah.
This is probably the first ladies.
Was it the first lady's gown or something?
That's Verena there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But your question, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
about the gown? Does it belong to her or something?
That's her kind of pajamas, her sleeping dress.
Oh,
Yeah, her nightgown. Yeah. I don't think it looks too comfortable to sleep in. That is hers. This is also that is his spittoon for tobacco.
Oh.
Okay.
Now, I had a family from India, and they had said that in India, and I can't remember the type of leaf that they chew, but they said the spittoons typically are about waist high. And I said, oh, that's interesting, because these on the ground like that,
Oh, the beetle leaves? Are they
typically they
talking,
don't
yeah.
aim very well. And it just, so the green just got all over everything, It seems awfully messy. But,
Yeah. So what you're talking about is the beetle leaf. Beetle.
Beetle leaf.
Yeah.
Because they said the juice would be red.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly,
That's right.
exactly.
That's interesting because most people around the world, they come and they go chewing a little. Well, what chew? What like I'll get like an Australian or a German. Well, but it was interesting. This Indian family had explained to me, and they said the spittoon, though, which makes a lot of sense, that it would be taller, and then that way the Maharaja could just kind of. And it would be right.
Oh, okay.
That's what it
Explain it
is.
well, dear, and you remember it really well.
Because typically people come chewing a leaf. Who would do that?
Yeah.
And then this family kind of said, "Yes, there it is." But in old America, everybody chewed.
Is it?
Tobacco.
yeah.
Tobacco.
And-
And his tobacco knife will be upstairs. Of course, there is the way to smoke it. But chewing. If you go to the Senate chamber over here, they have big brass. Oh, it looks a little like that. They look like a little dog dish, but it's the spittoons where Senator come to order. And then they would, and they would spitting tobacco. They said, everything is nice painted white over there, but around the base things would be very green. Because you wouldn't really bother. Not everybody's going to take aim over there. Here's a little corner over here to sort of, and, things were messy in the old days.
Okay, I've never heard anybody explain it so well like this before.
And I never knew there was something like that.
There's tobacco chewing.
Tobacco chewing. Now I'll tell you, I have one last story for you. It's not that often, but out in the country, they're in the South. They have this term "bubba." He's from the country. Kind of, I guess maybe redneck would be the company. Country music, drives a big truck, kind of. Well, he'll come in, usually have the boots on, the boots. He kind of looks kind of cowboy looking.
Okay.
And I thought it was a Coke bottle. Well, it wasn't Coke. He's got his little pack of tobacco pouch in the pocket, and you kind of, it's shredded, and then you pinch it. You take that pinch, put it down in here, and you'd almost not know they had it, but they're kind of. And then, of course, what he's doing is with that Coke bottle. So it wasn't Coke; it was the tobacco spit. And he was walking through the house, kind of looking, I go, that's not Coke. That's the. But I don't. Do you see that in North Carolina?
It's a
historically
tobacco
was
place.
a tobacco state.
That's true. Yeah. We have tobacco trail now. where they used to.
I'd love to do that sometime.
Yeah.
See where the
So from I think Apex around Raleigh towards Durham, there was a railway line transporting mainly tobacco, and it's called American Tobacco Company.
Ooh, look at this mirror. I didn't look at this mirror.
the name of the college,
But this looked more of British.
interesting history. This area was not as much tobacco.
Look at this.
Oh, chair sent by the South to Jefferson Davis.
Barbara's house.
Used by him wide.
This is the second part. Laura's room. You know how I know? Because
Oh, the second parlor.
Davis Family Bible.
Oh.
Like Jefferson Davis's.
I think back in the
Family
old
Bible.
days they tried to be more of, religious. And religious was a part of
This
the
clock was made in
parliament.
Philadelphia in 1810.
This kind of clock,
Nine
we
years,
had this kind of
yeah.
clock.
9 years, but it's not pendulum. It doesn't work.
Yeah, there was this kind of clock in Charlotte.
9 years before Alabama became a state, it was made in Philadelphia.
18. What is it?
History of Europe. Allison's History of Europe guide, in the insurance guide and handbook.
China, India could be anywhere. Put the shirt together. I don't know.
Look at the chairs.
There's too much.
Be careful, guys.
But you're saying in North Carolina they still have some textile. Oh, they do. Oh, that's good to know. I kind of thought it was all gone. Yeah, this one.
Ooh. Painting represents the devastation of South post-war. The high ceilings, wallpaper ആയിരിക്കും തോന്നുന്നു, wallpaper. പക്ഷെ കുറേയും കൂടിയും ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് പോലെയുള്ളത്. കുറേയില് നമ്മുടെ പണ്ടത്തെ അതേ ടേബിളും ഇത് നോക്കിയായ്മേ പോഞ്ചി പ്ലേറ്റ്, വലിയ വലിയ ഡോറിൻ്റെ ഇതെല്ലാം പട്ടെല്ലാം നമ്മുടെ നാട്ടിലെ പോലെ കട്ടിക്കുള്ള ഡോറ്. ഇതൊക്കെ ഐ മീൻ ഈ ഡോറെല്ലാം കണ്ട. സി ഇറ്റ്സ് ഹ്യൂജ്. ദിസ് വാസ് സംതിങ് ബാക്ക് ഇൻ ഇന്ത്യ ടു. These things used to be huge, but it's brown. And then
What's this called again?
huh?
Oh, this used to be the
candle.
dining room.
Even clean hands can damage the fragile
This used to be
surface.
the dining room.
Exactly. Look at the dining room, Irene.
This is that's where the
Even though the furniture were rounded, but we didn't.
Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah,
They
something
not-
like Thanksgiving.
They probably just like took.
But the curtain borders, they look kind of Indian. Do you think so? Something the Indian
Some-
color, like
Yeah,
mustard color,
Yeah.
makes it a bit Indian.
Oh look, I think it's a tea machine.
Yeah,
No, that's like a tea machine.
yeah, tea machine.
Tea glasses.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this boat. Wait, remember this?
What's it for the kids to do?
Oh, yeah. Oh, a lot of.
So I was wondering, did they use more of tea or coffee?
That's a good. It is interesting that they were. I think when they came together, hot tea was very important, and they have a dress upstairs that was Verena's tea party dress. I don't know when things go iced. I want to say that isn't really that old in America, but it's
Yeah.
very common in North Carolina. Here, as a New Yorker, when I was their age, I never saw iced tea. It was all hot.
Hot.
And then I would say, probably in the last 30 years. You
Oh, is
know,
it?
iced tea has almost become kind of an American drink. It's very, and I don't know when America kind of went from hot tea to coffee.
Oh.
Probably in the last century, maybe.
Oh, is
But
it?
it was strictly very much a hot tea drinking. You know, in its founding with the battle with the British, certainly was hot tea.
Oh, okay.
And I think at this time in the 1860s, it's still hot tea.
Okay.
The tea caddy is now. I gotta be honest. I didn't know what it was, but typically when they would serve their tea, they would have the teas in the boxes in that little corner called the tea caddy. Now I had never seen one
you've seen that?
before, but a woman from Scotland came in the museum and in that sort of Scottish accent, oh, a tea caddy. You know, and I said, oh, tell me about it. And I said, in Scotland, you know, tea, hot tea. And I guess in the UK it's still a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I would imagine North Carolina, like here, is very much an iced tea kind of a place.
Nowadays, that's what we're seeing mostly. Iced tea.
Oh, Alabamans, it's all they drink. You know, I never saw so much.
Yeah.
So are you right now a coffee person or a tea person?
Oh, well, it's funny. You know, kind of funny. I think I drink all three. I had a hot cup of Earl Grey last night.
Okay.
I don't drink it so much hot in the summer.
Okay,
I
yeah,
tend to drink
understood.
it more cool. I do like coffee. Yeah, how about you? What
We are
is
tea
your
people.
preferred
Tea.
tea? And hot?
Hot. Yeah.
What do you think of it iced?
Iced tea, I don't prefer much, but I love iced coffee. Yeah.
Well, iced coffee. See,
Yeah.
now that one I'm not. How about you?
Yeah, I like my mom's iced coffee as well. I'm more of a coffee person.
Well, I like the iced coffee mostly from England.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, you're headed to Austin, and we do a lot of barbecue around here, and there are some very good. They have a lot of barbecue as well, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of good food places.
Okay.
We like a lot of meat back home, but due to our religion, we have to watch what we are eating, and especially in terms of meat. Like the Jewish have kosher meat.
Oh, sure.
And like the Muslims have halal meat.
Yeah.
It's a way of preparing the meat. Basically, how you kill the animal is a little different.
Yeah.
So, though I really like to have steak and beef. Beef is my favorite back home, but we are always not able
Gotta
to.
be careful. Oh,
Yeah.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
I wonder how they prepare it in Texas.
It's basically it has to be a hand cut while the animal is getting killed, so that all the blood comes out. So.
Well, that does sound like Jewish law
Yeah,
as well.
yes.
Are you Muslim?
Yeah,
Are you?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Are you from Pakistan
No,
by chance?
from India.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's I think India would be the second largest population of Muslims in the world.
Funny, because when I think of India, I certainly think of Hindus.
Yeah, definitely.
But
That's
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So India is 82% Hindu, but
82%.
Yeah.
And do the two get along well there?
I mean, in our part, it is
our
not.
state that we are from, it's pretty peaceful.
Yeah.
But there are parts of India where there's a lot of animosity.
Okay, up to Kashmir, huh? Up towards the
Kashmir,
north.
definitely, yeah.
The North India.
Border contention.
Yeah.
North India, definitely. Also it depends on the parties which are ruling the country.
There's a very popular politician, and she could potentially become a U.S. president someday. Nikki Haley, not
Yeah.
far from you, and I believe she is a Sikh. What is the Sikh religion? What are they? What can
The Sikh religion has a mix of Hindu principles and also parts from Islam and so on.
Oh, okay.
But they have.
It's kind of a blending.
It's a kind of blend.
Yeah.
And it's mostly in the state of Punjab. There's
Punjab. Okay, with the Great Warrior state.
Yeah. So that's where it originated, and also Punjab as a state is split into two. There's an Indian Punjab and there's a Pakistani Punjab.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but the origins of the Sikhism was in the Pakistani side of Punjab.
Oh,
So it got divided during the partition.
And she is a very tall woman. Is that typical for
Yeah,
a Sikh
Punjabis
people?
are,
They are
yeah.
very tall in
Yeah.
shape.
Mm-hmm.
The Punjabis are generally tall.
I would funny from way the other side of India. I had was very good friends. We've sort of lost touch. His name was Shomo Ghosh, and he was from Calcutta.
Yeah,
Ghosh was Bengali,
Yeah.
but he could. I was just sort of amazed around we were at university together, and the way he could hear a name, he said, "Oh, Bob, that group, they're from this state, and they are tailors." Oh, what's that name, Bob? Oh, well, they come from South India, and they are known for farming. And I was just amazed how he could kind of hear a name and kind of very quickly,
Well, there are certain surnames in India. Well, if you hear the surname,
What did you see, Irene? What did you see upstairs?
I saw two bedrooms,
2 bedrooms?
a guest room,
maybe we couldn't be able to tell you what their
nursery.
trade is. Like in old days, there used to be like
Oh, it was more, I see.
Can you show me?
So if you're a farmer, your children are most likely farmers. So it's passed down from generations. Nowadays, it's not like that anymore.
Yeah.
People are going.
Oh, yeah, people, I this country
It's
is
globalization.
massive change. People are moving north to south, east to west.
That's true, yeah.
see, one bedroom
Oh,
is
I
here,
gotta show
one bedroom is
Is it
here,
Irene?
I really.
one bedroom
I gotta
is
show
here,
Irene something.
Yeah.
Irene.
Irene.
You know what
And
we have? Irene, President Davis, the man that was here, we have his hair.
Wow.
We have his hair. Come and see.
Come on. Let's see. Ayo.
That is Jefferson Davis's hair. Now, it's funny, in old America, they would save each other's hair. There was kind of a hair culture. It's not done in America anymore, but they would do that. So when he dies in New Orleans, in that house, New Orleans, Louisiana, the Jacob Payne home, Verena, his wife, cuts a big shock of his hair off, and here it is today.
Oh.
How is it maintained like that?
No, hair doesn't change the structure.
Oh, I don't think it does. Yeah, I want to say that the bones, the nails, depending in, I guess, what religion you are, how the body is prepared for death, it's all there. Yeah, if you were to open, I think the hair, the nails, the flesh would all be gone.
Yeah.
But I kind of think everything else is kind
Can
of.
remain for a long time.
Yeah, it's
The
kind of.
nails too? Oh.
Yeah.
The teeth, for example. it can
Yeah,
last
teeth,
for, like,
yes.
centuries.
Now over here, guys, I think in the Muslim faith and the Catholic faith, you have beads.
Yeah.
Now it's very interesting.
like
The
they're counting
Davises were
beads.
not Catholic. They were kind of, I guess, what probably in India and in the UK they would call Anglican. We tend to call it Episcopalian. That's what the Davises were.
Okay.
Some Episcopalians say they have prayer beads, some don't. But each bead is made from Margaret's hair. Now, I don't know how you weave hair. I don't know how that would
Hair.
be done. Would
That's
that be done on a
hair. That
machine?
necklace.
Is there a machine that could weave hair? But that is weaved
Wow.
hair.
Wow.
Each of those beads is Margaret's hair,
Yeah.
big sister. And then, that's brass. That would just be brass fittings in between. But that is hair.
Oh.
Yeah, how
Do
you
you
would...
see this tear over here? This is
Yeah.
the hair. You see the hair foundation?
Yeah,
Should be a
you
very
see
good
it,
one.
yeah.
It's a lot of hair.
The old,
That's
the
interesting.
days before a ballpoint pen, right? You would take your ink with you, a little ink case, for the fountain pen.
Yeah, yeah.
And are these the pens?
Yeah. They are not. Where? Oh, you know what? When you go downstairs on that table, there's a couple of pens. Oh, here's a pen over here. Here's a pen. Kind of a gold-plated pen from the Secession Convention. Yeah. And but even my father. Well, let's see. My father in the 1930s in America, every school desk
It's a
would have
mechanical
had
pen.
an inkwell.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys is penmanship or pens, or is everything laptop? Is it all?
I do mostly.
Yeah. What grade are you in now? Sixth grade. Oh my goodness, you're all grown up. You're in first grade. I thought you were older too. You are both very young yet. You seem like the young college man. Hey, do you have? Sixth grade, it's a little early, but do you have plans? Would you like to go to Duke or UNC? Or?
I don't have any plans. I'm just gonna have to worry about that when I'm going.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you'll be in Austin, one of the great public University of Texas. It's great.
I have a question. What does the UNC stand for?
I'm sorry.
University of.
UNC, North Carolina. Yeah, UNC.
UNC is
The University of North
It's supposed to
Carolina.
be, well, come to think of it, I haven't seen it. They're supposed to be very grand universities. And that one is in Chapel Hill.
Yeah, that's
and,
good
and,
one.
and I've not seen it, but they say Duke is beautiful. You can see that these are very elite colleges. And NC State, which is the agricultural and technical schools, I think is a very good school too. A little easier to get into, I think, in Raleigh, NC State.
Yes.
The Wolfpack, right?
Yes.
NC
The
State
Wolfpack,
right
yeah.
there. Yeah.
So are these all used by this family?
They were
just
all
for the-
used by. Now,
The
Davis
Davises.
was a colonel in the Mississippi Rifles.
Oh,
There
okay.
would have been 900 of these rifles. Now, interesting. Oh, hello there. Hi. Oh, excuse me.
I'm sorry, we take
Oh,
it.
hi. How are you? I'm sorry. I'm up here. We're looking at some
I'm
things.
just running in real quick.
Exactly. Is anybody downstairs? I think we're kind of empty today.
I didn't see
but
that.
anyway, you just enjoy. Thank you for coming by. Yeah. Yeah.
Is this like,
So-
what's this?
That's his knife for cutting off that tobacco. See, we're
Oh,
back to the name again. But yeah, that's that big broad knife where he would typically they'll pack tobacco. It'll kind of look like a brownie, kind of like a cake almost. And this knife is just for cutting that piece off, grabbing what they would have called a plug. And chewed. Typically, if someone chews in America today, it's in a fine little skull pouch. It's more cut, stripped, like little bits, if that makes sense. But in the old days, it was just kind of like what they call a big plug, and you'd get chewing on that. Of course, it makes you spit, and it flows in. It would drip down or spit into spittoons. Yeah, I think it kind of grossed me out to see it today. But this is and that's his bloody sock. He was shot in the leg at the Battle of Buena Vista. America, well, it's not too far from where you guys are going, but America gets in a big battle when Texas decides it's going to become a United States state. It was part of Mexico.
Yeah.
So you get this battle. America wins. Davis is a big officer in that battle. There's 900 of his boys with the old the rifle. You're right, but it's a rifled barrel. Now it's funny. The Mexican army had the 1806 Brown Bass, which was a musket. There's no accuracy at all. This, though, has been rifled by the Whitney family, kind of made the cotton gins. And so this gun is actually quite accurate. So that's how Davis wins that battle of Buena Vista.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there were 900 of these rifles.
These parts go on the shoulder?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
These parts go on the
Yes,
shoulder?
those are his officers' epaulets there.
Oh yeah, isn't it
yeah.
like on the uniform? Or
Yeah.
these-
Yeah.
Yeah. In the I wonder if in Indian service, I know in the Indian officers, because we have the International Air Force bases here.
Yeah.
The Indian officers, their uniform looks to me very British, very
Yeah.
Royal Air Force.
Yeah, it's more British.
Yeah.
In a dress uniform, would an Indian officer have the epaulets? Would he have the
No, not
Not this
this
kind.
anymore.
Not that
they
style.
have those little
the little
Strap.
right guide on here. Yeah.
They have straps here and then I think
Yeah.
some
Yeah,
loop kind of thing
India
with
was
some straps.
influenced by the British.
Yeah.
Have you thought about the military, the United States Naval Academy or something like that?
Going.
I'm not a military person. I
You
do
won't know?
research. I do the research.
Are these dresses worn?
That was the Tea Party dress there with that pink ribbon. Now there would have been many layers of clothing. That's just that outer layer of the
It's an
dress.
outer layer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would never wear anything that sheer. They're quite more modest, a more modest age. Yeah, they would have been more. Yeah, that's the
What
Tea
is it?
Party
It's-
dress.
Okay.
But isn't there like this thing that goes around the waist that you tie it so tight?
Yeah, the corset. Yeah, they
It
would
looks
have all
extremely tight over
the
there.
corset, and then from corset, probably by the 1930s, a girdle. Then today, I don't think women wear that. But you're right, women. Now, the other thing interesting about American culture, you had to keep your feet covered, so everything was right down. Right down on the ground. Now it is interesting. She is showing her feet there, isn't it? Which was very much kind of not allowed at the time. And then today in America, my goodness, it's too much. There's no modesty at all, right?
How about this one? It looks
Oh,
more
yeah,
Indian,
these are,
right?
this is Jefferson Davis's bathrobe. General Jubal early, they call this color Confederate gray. Now, it's funny, in the battles, in the Civil War battles, does that Confederate gray, guys, to me it looks a little blue. Does it look blue to you guys? And that made all kinds of military confusion. Friendly fire. Because as he, from a distance, especially if that were to get a little bit wet, if I was in the Southern Army, I'd grab that rifle. It's the Yankees, the blue, and I would be shooting, And indeed, Stonewall Jackson, that officer there, in a jacket like this, Confederate blue, his own man shot him. Because he thought it was, I don't know why you wouldn't wear something completely different, because the North wore blue, then the South wore gray. Yeah.
That's sad.
Yes, General Early's uniform. And again, we're back to smoking again, the smoking jacket.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, that's a different jacket for smoking?
Yeah, for smoking. Yeah. Again, a very formal age, different clothing for dinner, clothing for breakfast. Again, I guess that's kind of the British model.
Yeah.
Where the the British officers got 6 different uniforms for the, at least among the elite.
What about these? What are these?
Oh yeah, these are simply items that a woman would keep handy in her purse. She's got her jewelry and her pince nez, and then her ink in this perfume bottle. These are the various little hooks for tying up her boots. She would have worn a boot up to here. Now, where I come from in New York, you figure skate, and you've got a little hook like that for tying up the little eyelet hooks for the laces, to kind of tie them up tight, to pull in various, and probably needle and whatever she would need for whatever pair of boots she that lace up boot, from the time period.
Look at the glasses.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
so
the
cute.
little glasses. Yeah.
Look,
Are
it's
they
so
like kind of
cute.
extendable or so?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, that would have fit, to fit everybody. So it'd be a little more beady-eyed, it'd be a little bit little like that go around. But not unlike
It's like the professors.
like the pince nez, that she would have worn.
look at
Woodrow, President Wilson had glasses like that, whereas this, of course, you've got the arm. Probably this is probably by the 1930s or so.
Isn't there
Woodrow
like this,
Wilson. Whereas it would be, kind of, and then that would hang down, tie up to a button.
Wasn't it like there was like some sort of binoculars as well? Go like this. So
Oh
if you were
yeah, that's right. That's
in
right.
a
Those
big
opera.
crowd, if
That's
you were in
right.
a
The
big
opera
crowd-
glasses. They
Yeah.
would flick, and then they would open up, and you would hold it for the opera.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You can see. Yeah. If we had Verena's opera glasses.
Yeah.
We'd be. And then, of course, having been shot at Buena Vista, he'll be in a walk with a cane the rest of his life. The Crimean War in the 1850s, Davis is Secretary of War. His officers bring back from the Sultan, the Ottoman Sultan, near Crimea, a sword, and then the sort of a Turkish, the scimitar style, and the teacups. But it's interesting, that style, you see that in Arabic swords.
Yeah.
Getting back to the Sikhs again, is that a little bit their style, the military sword that a Sikh
Isn't it
would
like
wear?
also like
Yeah.
isn't it
That
supposed
style?
to be split in the middle?
Those are different ones, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Different kings had different styles, but I think they had this kind of curvature. I think the Indian swords had this kind of curvature.
Yeah, that kind of, it looks like there's a little crossover with East and West.
Yeah.
And of course the old Ottoman Empire, my goodness, all the Middle East.
Definitely.
Ruled a good part of the world, North Africa.
Yeah, it says Mamluk sword.
Mamluk?
Mamluk, right?
Mamluk, yeah.
So-
The Mamluks, I think, in the Egyptian end of the Ottoman Empire, is that?
Yeah,
tell me, yeah.
Yeah, I think the Mamluks are slave kings. They were Turks, and some of the Mamluk kings even ruled India from Delhi.
Wow.
In the 11th century.
Interesting.
Yeah, 11th and 12th century.
Wow.
11, 12, 13.
Now we're
What's-
getting into old.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
slave?
Yeah?
Slave king.
Slave kings. So the I think the Islamic Empire, right? They had their headquarters somewhere in Middle East, right? And then they had
Kings who serve for the other.
yeah. So they had erstwhile slaves who got released
Oh.
from slavery,
Mm.
and some of them were capable enough to be sent as officers to go and explore and
Kind
conquer.
of like the Jana series in Southern Europe, right? You would kind of take a young Bulgarian boy and then raise him in the royal court, and then he would go back and rule.
Yeah,
Is
I
it
think
kind
so,
of that
yeah.
idea
Yeah,
a little bit? Yeah.
Right. And I think the concept of abolishing slavery slowly, gradually, instead of like producing a decree and rolling it out all of a sudden, like slaves got incorporated into regular family,
Wow.
and you could release a slave by paying a certain amount of money, and the slave could become independent,
Yeah.
and so on.
Oh, guys, I better go downstairs
Yes.
to see you. But
Oh, sure.
I've enjoyed this time.
Yeah, me too.
Us too, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, dear.
Toy room. Toy room. Kids' toy room.
Where? This one. Aww.
The nursery. The nursery.
Look at how simple toys they have. Very few toys.
And
Excuse
even look
me.
at the little
This would be
building
like
house.
ultra modern, like you have a drone.
And
Back
look
then,
at
for babies. Drone for babies. It's
at
how
the-
rare these things are. How precise they are at that time.
And even look at the little baby
Children's
house.
clothing.
Look at the chair, Irene.
Is that for the baby? Is that one for
അല്ലേ
one of the
ഷാൻക
dolls?
കുറേ ടിഷ്യൂ ആയിട്ട് ഫുൾ ഇതുണ്ടല്ലേ അതന്നെ ഇന്ത്യയിലും ഈ
You're in the relic room. We were in the relic room.
എന്താ
Or the relic
room,
or
relic room, right?
Come on, look here.
Yeah.
Look here. This one. Oh, what's this? Granite?
Oh.
Something. Then this is like.
ഇതാ ടീ പാർട്ടി ഓ അല്ല അല്ല ഇത് കോമൺ റൂം അല്ലേ
No, I'll tell you the tea party. Tea
It's called
the
the
guest
guest room.
room. Oh,
I like the guest room's better than the other rooms.
I think that it wasn't much used.
Maybe
ഇത്
like
ബെഡ്റൂം
this
ഗസ്റ്റ് റൂം വേറെ ബെഡ്റൂം ഓ
This is a different.
ഈ കളറ് കണ്ടാ ഇവരെ
Lots of different colors. Mostly.
എന്ത്
Yeah, this is guest room.
ഗസ്റ്റ് റൂം എന്നല്ല താഴെ
Most of the rooms in these old houses are like pale.
It looks like people have this.
ഇപ്പോഴും അവരിങ്ങനത്തെ ഫർണിച്ചർ യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നു
Come on.
ഇതെല്ലാം സോറി
Okay, he's got
Like you're stepping on it twice. Like, ow, 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 ow. Okay, I'm gonna go downstairs, okay? He said we should stop
മാർബിൾ
by-
ടോപ്പല്ലേ
മാർബിൾ ടോപ്പ് പിന്നെ ഉരുണ്ട് ഇതേ ഡിസൈൻ ഇല്ലേ വീട്ടിലെല്ലാം ഇങ്ങനെ ഷിങ് ഷിങ് ഉണ്ട്. കട്ടിന്റെ ഉരുളെല്ലാം ഇതെല്ലാം കുറേ എല്ലാം ഇത്ര ഇങ്ങനെയല്ല പക്ഷെ ഈ റൗണ്ട് ഇല്ലേ ഈ ഇതേ ബേബിന്റെ സാധന അതുപോലെയല്ല നമ്മുടെ എന്താണ് നാട്ടിലെ തറവാട്ട് വീട്ടിലെല്ലാം ഉള്ള
ആ ടൈപ്പ് കണ്ണാടിയുള്ള
കണ്ണാടിയുള്ള ഡ്രസ്സർ
അത് അഭിജിത്താത്തിന്റെ വീട്ടിലുണ്ടായിരുന്നു.
ആ അങ്ങനത്തെ എല്ലാം മൂത്തുമാന്റെ റൂമിലെല്ലാം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അതേപോലെ ഇതാ ഇങ്ങനത്തെ ഈ കൊത്തുപണിയുള്ള അൽമാര നടുക്ക് മിറർ എന്നിട്ട് ഇതേപോലെ ഹെഡർ മേലയില് അൽമാറക്കുള്ള ഹെഡർ എങ്ങനെയല്ലേ ആ സമയത്തൊന്നും ഒന്നും ഇല്ല വേറൊരു അങ്ങോട്ടും ഇങ്ങോട്ടും അറിഞ്ഞിട്ട് അവർ അതേപോലെ ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്നതെല്ലാം ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ പോലെ അറിയാനുള്ള ചാൻസ് കുറവല്ലേ അങ്ങോട്ടും ഇങ്ങോട്ടുള്ള കൾച്ചറെല്ലാം.
ഇതിന് കുറച്ച് വീതിയുണ്ട് അകത്ത് റൂംസിന്
കട്ടില
ഇതിന്റെ പാളിയില് കണ്ട നമ്മുടെ നാട്ടില് കുറച്ച് ഇങ്ങനത്തെ സ്റ്റെപ്പ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള
ഈ കളറ് കൊള്ളാം അല്ല ഇവര്
പിന്നെ ഓരോ റൂമിലും ഹീറ്റിംഗ് ഉണ്ട് കണ്ടാ റൂമിൽ ഫയർ പ്ലേസ്
ഫയർ പ്ലേസ് ഉണ്ട്. അതെ.
അവിടെ ഉണ്ട്. അവിടെ പ്രസിഡൻഷ്യൽ ഇതൊക്കെയാണ് പേഴ്സണൽ സ്പ്ലിറ്റേഴ്സ്.
അല്ല അല്ല ഷൻക, അപ്പൊ ഇത് ഈ ഒരു ഫാമിലി മാത്രം ഇവിടെ നിന്നത്, അല്ലാണ്ട് ഇങ്ങനെ പിന്നെ പിന്നെ വരുന്ന ഫസ്റ്റ് പ്രസിഡൻസ്
പറഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ലല്ലോ. ജെഫേഴ്സന്റെ മാത്രം കഥയല്ലേ പറയുന്നത്.
ടീ പാർട്ടി റൂം അല്ലേ?
ടീ പാർട്ടി റൂം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്
ആണോ?
ബെഡ്റൂം മാത്രമേ എഴുതിയിട്ടുള്ളൂ.